let's talk lifting a Cavalier. So these are some 28.9s. They're basically 29-inch tall tires in the rear. We got 26s in the front. Roof rack. That's another 26-inch tire there that we blew out. Roof rack. Snorkel. Hashtag trash tag. Representing. There's not a lot of information out on the web about how to lift your Cavalier. I'm not going to say that this is going to be a great video for it, but if you find me, I will tell you all the information that I have and that I believe will help you. Now, up front, we use two different styles of lift on here. Man, that's dirty. That used to be orange. So where these 3 bolts are, right here, if I can let my finger on the screen, right there, there's 3 bolts. That's the bottom of your strut that attaches to your hub, probably a better word for that, with 2 bolts. What we did was we unbolted it, added some plates in here, and then lifted it by 1 bolt hole. It gives you about 2 inches and a quarter. It's a 2.25 inch spacer. Should give you approximately 2 to 3 inches at the wheel. From there, we had to trim the fender to make it clear. I didn't have an issue doing that. Now, here's where you might want to get a little bit more cautious at, is that I cut my pinch weld off. And that could be considered a viable part of the unibody, so be cautious doing that. But then my 26-inch tall tires cleared on the front with the 2.25, cutting the pinch weld and cutting the fender. In the back, we got a little bit more ambitious, because there's not really anything that stops you from lifting your rear, because you've got the straight axle. So there's not really any way to add a spacer at the bottom. So what I did was I added a spacer at the top. Now, that spacer there measures 6 to 6.5 inches of pure spacer. So that should give you a lot of lift. I haven't measured anything to give me an exact measurement of lift, but it's a lot. Because my wheel bearing, my hub, is here, and my fender's all the way up there. The usual tires that this car has is 24-inch tall tires or something, and they sit with just enough room for you to shove your boot in or something. Now on the back, I did trim the body here a little bit. I didn't think that was a big deal on this particular car. You might want to take extra caution on yours in particular. Really, this information mostly applies to any front-wheel drive vehicle, any car platform, but specifically it is on a J body or a Cavalier. Also, the information interchanges with a Sunfire perfectly because of the same cars. It did clear without cutting the corner of the body here. I just wanted the extra clearance for mud or whatever to build up to not cause me an issue later. Took the front and rear plastic bumpers off to give extra clearance, and I do love the extra clearance in the back. I mean, it will literally back up on top of anything. I went ahead and added the extra spacer in the back because I wanted to go with the taller tire, and I knew I was going to be hauling a lot of weight with what we were doing with the car. The front springs, in my opinion, were a little bit soft and like to bottom out over bumps and things like that. Not jumping it, but hard bumps. So I think a heavier spring or a heavier strut up front could help. And we need to get this front up a little bit higher so we hit the core support a couple times down here. Surprisingly, with no skid plate, the oil pan and stuff did fine. no issues there. But here you guys go. There's a quick little video on the lifted Cavalier. I'd like to do a much more in-depth build type like review on it, but this is the video that you guys get for now, and I will see you guys later in another video. And check out some of my other videos. There's probably something cool in there, and you can probably find this thing under either hashtag trash tag or hashtag lifted Cavalier. I know on Instagram you type in trash tag or lifted Cavalier, it will pull me up. So I'll see you guys later.